Hello, guys, and welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. This is the first one of 2023, and I apologize for being a little late. I woke up late, tired as fuck. I had a fun night last night. Ate a few edibles, celebrated New Year's again. So how are you doing, Greg?
Hey, at least I celebrate it twice. You celebrate it twice too.
Yeah, like I watched Grandma's Boy last night again. Which we are actually going to be reviewing that soon. We are going.
Yeah, I gotta watch that either when I'm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that as well. I haven't seen it yet.
Right, dude, you need to watch it. It is like one of my favorite movies.
Is it 80s or 90s?
It is 2006, I do believe. Is when that came out. Yeah, 2006.
Oh, 2006. I thought it might be like an earlier film.
I mean, I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's 2006. Hold on, give me 1 second, Greg, because you stumped me. 2006, I was right. The funny thing about you got it to work, Mama?
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just an idiot, I guess. Did you put milk in this?
You're a little goofy, I think. Huh?
Did you put milk in this, Mama?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I have a free coffee delivery service. We were trying to figure out my fucking Keurig, bro. And that goddamn thing, and by the way, everyone, don't forget to hit that subscribe and that share button.
Yeah.
But the Keurig, we put water in it. We put the coffee grounds in the top. And we fucking brewed it.
Yeah.
And it was just cold water. It was just fucking cold.
Ew.
Cold ass water with almond milk in it. And I don't know why. What caused it. But my mom figured it out. My mom's intelligent. I am not, apparently. But here I am. So, Gorak, how are you feeling in 2023? Any
tired as fuck, dude. Just work.
I'm tired, but like I just worked 7 days in a row. I fucking and I'm sorry, guys, if I'm a little sluggish this morning. I'm still a little blah. But Grandma's Boy, we are reacting to it on Wednesday. Don't forget to subscribe, share, follow. We're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're at allmylinks.com/pinksockpodcast, and more than likely we will have an announcement on that episode or in a future episode, a pretty decent announcement that I am proud of, but I'm just waiting to hear back. So, Gorak.
Hey.
Question.
Grandma's Boy is up on Netflix.
Grandma's Boy, I don't know about Australia. It is on Hulu.
All right.
So, Gorak, you are not a...
No, it's 2006, yeah?
Yeah, 2006. It should be on... Well, I don't know about Australia, but it is on American Hulu.
I know, it's on Netflix. Found it.
Okay. But, Gorak, what is some of your predictions to crazy shit that might happen this year? Because we had some crazy shit last year. Do you think like we're gonna see our first ever like
for this show?
Huh? Oh no, I meant like historically.
For this show?
No, do you think we're gonna see the first ever giraffe on the moon?
What the fuck?
I'm just thinking of random shit we might see.
A giraffe on the moon would be fucking... I'd like to see a dog in the moon, though.
That's happened. Well, a dog has went to space.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I think so, yeah, but not on the moon.
A dog went to space. A monkey went to space.
Giraffe?
Well,
That would be
I got a question. We can't even take care of our fucking own planet. Yeah. Why are we sending animals to space? Like, and fucking William Shatner.
I don't know.
Did you hear about that?
Was it last year? Dumb idea like that.
Was it last year that William Shatner went to space? Yeah, William Shatner went to
I think
space.
so.
Like, we send all these fucking people to space. We're like, fuck Earth, let's go to space. Have you seen around Earth all the fucking Earth junk we got? It's fucking like spaceships and shit, and not spaceships, but like satellites and all that fucking fun shit. Like, we not only littered America, the United States, we not only littered the Earth, we were littering fucking space, bro. We were a next level thing. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, share. Sharing.
So William Shatner went to space on October 13, 2021.
Oh, he went to space the year before last. Dude,
October 13th.
I was a little upset because at the end of the year, news channels, I don't know if yours does it or not, but news channels for us will show all the celebrity deaths that occurred within that calendar year. And the news channel I was watching missed some pretty important deaths, in my opinion, or some pretty big deaths. They missed Bob Saget. Bob Saget was not on there, and I'm like, what the fuck?
How can you not add his name onto that?
I don't know. How can you forget? He was the first death we had. So I got a question, Greg. Something that I tried recently, and I want you to try it if you think about it. It
was Betty White.
Oh, Betty White died in December of 2021.
Oh, okay. Got mixed up.
But shouldn't we include the deaths at the end of December with the next year, since we can't recognize? I don't know. But I got something for you to try, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
This is Medicated Mike's special recipe. Because I was pretty fucking. I smoked the ganja when I saw this recipe and I tried it. Take 2 pieces of bread. 2 pieces of bread. This is like a Gordon Ramsay recipe. You take 2 pieces of bread. On 1 piece of bread, you put mild cheddar or whatever cheese you enjoy. All right? Stay with me. On the second slice, you put peanut butter.
Yeah.
Put it in a toaster oven and let it melt and toast. Put the 2 pieces of bread together and eat it. A toasted peanut butter and cheese sandwich is fucking delicious. It's not good for my cholesterol, but it's fucking delicious.
I've had peanut butter and cheese sandwiches when I was younger, but not toasted.
Toasted it's better.
Yeah.
Because it's all
you guys
melted.
call it grilled cheese, correct? Sandwiches?
Yeah, we call it grilled. What do you call it?
Toasties.
You guys, I love fucking Australia. You guys have the coolest names for everything. You guys have such cool names for everything that your McDonald's doesn't even have the right name. It's fucking Macca's, man.
No, Macca's is short, but it does on the sign. It does says McDonald's.
Oh, it does? Because I thought it said Macca's on the sign.
No, that's how we say it. Like, that's how we kind of refer it to. But up on the signs, it says Macca's.
But your burger, we've been through this before, I know, but your Burger King is Hungry Jack's, though.
No, there's Burger King and Hungry Jack's.
Okay. Well, I believe the reason why is because when Burger King first came out in Australia, somebody owned the copyright to Burger King, so they called it Hungry Jack's, and then they finally got the copyright. So any new Burger Kings opened up is called Burger King.
I have a look because
Are you getting any new tattoos this year, or are you actually going to seek therapy?
No, I was talking to somebody at work about it. I'm like, yeah, I might get some more ink done, get some more small ink done. I just need to message my tattoo artist and see if he's doing free time.
The reason for that joke is because there's so many people out there that have mental health issues that instead of going and getting help, they'll get tattoos.
It's that, or after a big night out.
Yeah, like what the hell? So, Gorak.
Yeah.
We are going to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. We need not fingers crossed. We are going to.
Yeah.
This is my call of action. Guys, if you see this Whether you know us or not, whether you've seen the podcast or not, check out a couple episodes. If you enjoy the podcast, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, because pink sock is spreading like a disease. That sounded so fucking weird. But anyway, pink sock is spreading. Spread your pink sock and just spread it all across the internet.
Okay, we do have Burger King and Hungry Jack's in Australia.
Yeah, but isn't Hungry Jack's
Hungry Jack's. What's that, sorry?
Isn't Hungry Jack's owned by Burger King though?
I don't know, but I actually didn't. When Mum used to take me there one time years ago when I was like really young, their burgers. I always thought that burgers were a bit better because they wrapped them in foil because that's what keeps them warm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I'm pretty sure In-N-Out Burger's coming to Australia too.
I doubt it. The reason why
I've heard something about it.
The reason why I doubt it is because the franchise owner of In-N-Out, which I would absolutely love In-N-Out near me, but he said that he plans on keeping it on the West Coast.
Let's have a look.
Because it's a West Coast thing. No, you may be getting one, and I may not know it, but In-N-Out Burger.
So I'm pretty sure I've seen something.
There's not one coming to Australia, but they do have pop-up shops occasionally. You know what a pop-up shop is, Gorak?
Yeah, we got heaps. We call them convenience stores.
I think it's fucking stupid because, I love this restaurant, but it's only here for 2 days or a week.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
We have food truck.
Well, yeah, food trucks are great, but like
I love them.
Pop-up shops, at least in some areas, don't come in the form of a food truck. They come in the form of an actual restaurant, and they put them there, and they're only there for like a limited time.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fucking dumb, bro.
Yeah.
Really freaking stupid. The first show of the year for us, I wanted to be very special. And I had an announcement I wanted to make. However, I can't make it yet because I have New Year's resolutions for this podcast and for myself, and I am going to keep through with them. But I don't know why, but the first 2 days of the New Year's kicked me in the fucking nuts. But I do have phone calls to make either today or tomorrow. We do have announcements to make, or at least one, hopefully by the end of the week. And it's going to be fucking big, and I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait. So, Gorak, who are you wanting to have on this show? And what is your achievable goals for the pink sock?
Man, Wednesday 13 be cool.
I was thinking Wednesday, try for him again. Like, there's a lot. Actually, I will reach out to our listeners. Now, I know there's not very many people listening right now because of work and stuff. We might work towards changing the time of Pink Sock, maybe, to a more reasonable time during the day, because I'm usually off on Mondays, so we might make it a little later. But to our listeners that listen afterwards, leave a comment below and let us know who you would like on the show. And better yet, share this podcast and tag them in it. There you go.
Yeah.
How about
spam
that?
The
Well, the thing is, and this isn't me bitching or complaining. Like, I get people have lives, but there's so many people out there that will be like, hey, you should get insert name here on your show. I'm like, I would love to, but do me a favor. Share it and tag them in it.
Yeah. I'd love to get all England, whatever his name is. The guitarist.
Let's do it.
I want to get him on because I've been watching his YouTube stuff, man. He sounds pretty good. What
is some music that you have discovered in the last couple months? Anything like crazy? Like
not for the last year, since December, I think. Late December, a band called Spirit Box. Have you heard of them?
I've heard of them. They're fucking killer.
It's fronted by a female vocalist, I believe.
Something I would like to talk about, since we're talking about bands and stuff. How about some bands that have really weird names?
Like the comeback dudes.
For instance, no, Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit. Do you know what a Limp Bizkit is, bro?
I do. Yeah, someone explained it to me before, like a couple of years ago.
Do you want to explain it to the class?
No.
Come on, teacher. Explain it to the class what a Limp Bizkit is.
I'm good.
Would you eat that biscuit?
No.
Okay. For those listeners, look up Limp Bizkit. For those that have uneasy stomachs, don't. Just remember it's a 90s band. But it's a really messed up name. Another band, and this is a band I discovered in MySpace days, and it always fucked with people, bro. People be like, what are you listening to? This music's kind of good. And they're an up-and-coming band at the time. I don't even think they're around anymore. Their name was Beats the Hell Out of Me. So like when people were like, what are you listening to? I'm like, oh, Beats the Hell Out of Me. And they're like, yeah, like, why don't you just look and see what you're listening to? I'm like, I am.
Yeah.
Beats the hell out of me. And I think they had a song called I Don't Know. Like, I don't know, beats the hell out of me. Like, it was fucking awesome. Like, there's a lot of really good bands with weird names. Like,
we are named, it's like, we are called Beats the Out of Me, and this is our new single. I don't know.
I have, what band is it? They're kind of a big name. I have brain fog. Is it King Gizzard and the Lizard something wizard? Hold on. King Gizzard, I think, is the name of it.
Yeah.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. That's a really good band.
I like that.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. They're a really good band. Did you see Iced Earth has a new album?
No. I haven't listened to Ice Earth in the only time I listened to Ice Earth was in that when they did that Alice Cooper tribute album, and it was the song Dead Babies. They done that, I think.
With Iced Earth, though, is like, I don't agree with anything. Their guitarist, who is the only left of that band.
Oh, yeah. He's in jail, ain't he?
He's in jail.
Yeah.
We froze real quick. Didn't we all freeze? Just me.
I was fine. It was your end.
Okay. I must be having a bad connection. But he's in jail, and I don't care what your political views are. As long as you don't spread hate, we're good. But I don't agree with what he did. I don't agree with his stance. And I don't agree with the fact that, I'm trying not to be too political with it, but I don't like the fact that he and certain people, not everyone from that side, but certain people, and it's both sides that do this, they're like, why can't you just accept a loss? Why can't you peacefully protest? And then people turn around and do that shit.
Yeah, no, it's a bit childish, don't you think?
Like, yeah. But he was part of the whole Capitol bullshit.
I remember that. I think that happened when we were in lockdown, I think.
It did. It happened. The reason why it happened, I'm going to get into some of the politics of it. The reason why that shit happened was because Donald Trump had lost the election. He lost the election.
That would be that would be that problem.
Is up to the internet and I'm freezing. Anyway, great first show of the year. It's all right. We'll power through. Gorak, how do you like my new shirt?
Oh, did you get that made?
It's going to be in the Pink Sock Shop. Once we hit 500 subscribers, it's going to be in the Pink Sock Shop. Actually, nice. we can make this like an advertisement clip. If you subscribe to Pink Sock Podcast, share it to everyone. Once we get to 500 subscribers, you can get your own Live Long Rock Hard shirt. You can get fanny packs, all of that. But you have to help us get to that. And also, I will be doing a giveaway at 500 subscribers. I have a shirt already here because somebody wanted it, and me and them's not really, they don't seem to really want it. So I'm going to be probably giving that away too. We're going to be doing a giveaway on this show eventually, like very soon, once we get to 500 subscribers. So share the hell out of it.
Me as well. Like if we get to that 500 subscribers, you can win me for the night. So there you go.
That's 1,000. You're worth more than 500.
No, 100, because I just want to make it happen right now.
Well, once we reach 500, I'll give Gorak away.
Yeah,
you
have to pay for my air flights and stuff, return and over there and return too, by the way.
And by the way, Gorak, this year I think is going to be an evolution of Pink Sock. Today is kind of going to be, to me, the last episode of the past Pink Sock. We was wild when we first started. We kind of got more serious, which I enjoy being serious. But I'd like to go back to having random people on and doing random shit. Because there's only so much just me and you can talk about.
Yeah. We all acted matured.
So I'm still wild as fuck, and I'll still bring up some really weird and fucked up topics. We're still going to talk about all kinds of weird and crazy shit. We are Pink Sock Podcast. But Gorak, if you have any friends or anybody that you think is interesting or would be fun to talk to, let's bring them on. If you see a homeless guy outside, bring him on. Like,
I steal my Xbox, bro.
I want to talk to more people, dude. Like, I love it. I love it. If you are listening to this podcast and you're nervous about being on a podcast, you want to overcome your anxiety, we're a podcast that wants to help people. Gorak, I contacted him. I contacted this motherfucker because Tony got busy. I love the man. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but he got busy with school and stuff. And I'm like, hey, you got to take a break from the podcast. And I got a hold of Gorak. And man, were you nervous as fuck, bro. Like,
yeah. I was actually nervous as fuck when I was on your show as a guest.
And I'm like, dude, fucking join me because I want to spread the love with this show. I want to help people overcome their anxiety as well as myself. This isn't just a show to interview musicians. This isn't just a show to talk with famous people. This is a show to bring people in, bring our community in. And when I say community, I mean worldwide community. Podcasting is a fucking community. And I want to bring as many people on as I can. I want to be on as many shows as I can. I want to help as much as I can. And I know some people probably don't want this mug on their show because I'm fucking wild. But I want to spread as much love and I want to help the podcast community the best that I can, as well as help us grow. So if anybody wants to be on the show just to bullshit, just to talk, you're more than welcome. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share. If you want me or Gorak on your show, we will do it. We will fucking do it to it, man. See, I'm kind of going on a rant right now because I see a lot of this happening in the podcast community. I see a lot of this happening in music. I see a lot of this happening in a lot of fucking places where people see another podcast. And I'm not going to name names because there's not one particular name that I'm thinking of. But there's people that will see you as a threat or see you as competition. We're all in this shit together. You can't be the best podcaster. You can't be the best musician. You can't be the best anything if you don't notice the people that got you there. If you don't help other people that help you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there is a podcast I used to listen to years and years ago that I think their downfall was is they viewed a friend of theirs podcast as competition instead of fucking trying to do it. And I'm sorry I'm going on a motivational rant, but the point of what I'm trying to say is is we are all in this shit together, no matter what your fucking career is, no matter what your passion is. Focus on you, focus on growing yourself, but also recognize those around you. Is that fair, Gorak?
It's all about supporting each other.
It's all about
Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Everyone's different. Everyone's doing everything different. So
yeah, the issue is as humans. Yeah, as humans, we view others as competition, when in reality, the only competition you have, Gorak, and the only competition I have, our competition is that fucking dude that was in the mirror yesterday. That is our only competition. People view others as competition. People view others as ways to like define your own worth, the way others treat you, the way others promote you. No. You're your own competition. You should view others as either building blocks, as lessons, or whatever.
Yeah. You know, who was your first appearance like on someone's podcast or something?
Oh, my first ever appearance ever?
Yeah.
I was nervous as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say, oh, I did great. There is audio online of it actually somewhere. I will try to find it.
How long ago was this one?
I was probably 16 years old, 17 years old. Like, I've been wanting to do podcasting for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I did have a hater one time say, you only started doing podcasting because of the pandemic and you're just stealing what other people are doing. And that's not the case. Podcasters,
I think a lot of people started doing podcasting during the pandemic 2 years ago because what were they meant to do?
Happy New Year, Danny. Thank you for all of your love, all of your support. We really appreciate you. Just keep sharing the podcast. And I love you. Thank you.
Spread the sock.
Spread the sock. Danny's been there since the beginning, damn near.
Well, that's even better.
And we have so many supporters that have been there since the beginning, and I love everyone. Whether you're listening to this after the podcast or during, we love you. But anyway, my first podcast appearance ever was in like 2009. There was a little website called Blog Talk Radio. It's still around, but they started charging more and stuff, and people kind of left. Because it used to be free for an hour, and then the rest was charged. Now it's like 20 minutes for free or some shit like that. That's why I'm doing this. It was an all audio podcast. And the way it worked was you call a phone number to be on the show. So like anybody.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, anybody could be on the show. You can interview guests and shit. I'm thinking about maybe switching over to that and hooking up the audio through this so we can accept callers. But anyway, my first ever appearance was on a little show that was on Blog Talk Radio. It was a relatively popular show. Let me paint the picture. I was a huge wrestling fan at the time.
Yeah.
One of my favorite wrestlers at the time was Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't in WWE at the time, so he had a radio show called RVD Radio.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have heard this story before.
Yeah.
I was going to remember it was like your first time.
That was my first time ever on a podcast. I was kind of doing like singing videos on Facebook, and I did like random, but I never did a full live. So I called RVD's radio one time because he was doing an episode that was about ghosts, like ghost stories or ghost encounters.
Yeah.
And I would love to do a podcast about that too. I think we may have, I'm not sure. And if you have any good topic ideas, guys, if you have any good topic ideas, please leave it in the comments below if you want us to talk about anything. Gorak, if you come up with any topics, let's do it. But anyway, he said ghost stories. And I'm like, I do have one, but I'm too terrified to go on this show because of my anxiety. And a dear friend of mine, me and her are still in connections. She's amazing. We stayed in contact for over a decade, on and off. I lost contact with her and I found her on Facebook and I added her and we became friends again. She was the producer of the show.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, buddy. I don't know what happened. My whole fucking thing kicked me out. I'm planning on getting a new laptop anyway.
Oh, was it your laptop?
It's my laptop. What were you talking about while I was gone?
Nothing, because I was just like,
Okay. Next time that happens, because my computer's been doing that, do me a favor. Instead of having dead silence, if you can promote podcasts and promote stuff while I'm gone, because my computer does that from time to time. I'm getting a new one.
Yeah.
As I was saying, sorry for the dead silence, guys. Hit that subscribe button and stuff. What I was saying is it was like a ghost story episode, my first ever podcast appearance.
Yeah.
And it was on RVD radio, and I told the story about how my grandma visited me one night.
Yeah.
And that was on a previous episode of Pink Sock, so I'm not really going to get into that too heavily. But yeah, like RVD radio was my first ever podcast appearance, and I didn't do another one until 2010, I think. It was MDU Radio was the name of it. It was me and Nikki. We came back in contact. Actually, that may have been 2014. I'm not sure when it was. But we came back in contact and we did an episode of MDU Radio where we talked about the Mandela effect. You can still find that on Blog Talk Radio, but it's old. Like, I'm nervous as shit. We talked about Mandela effect. And yeah, and that was my second. And then I quit doing it. That's why I always said my anxiety got the best of me, because I always quit doing podcasts. I never did anything like this full time.
Yeah. I think the first time for me doing a podcast was doing the Sabbath Sunday Death Comes Lifting thing that he was doing for his Patreon. And I was a member, because I've known Zach for like maybe 3.5 years now. And yeah, I think 3 years now I've known him now, or something close to 3 years. I don't remember, but I remembered, and then I think he messaged me if I was gonna be interested to come and join the Sabbath Sunday, because he always want to be on with other people, and it was a good way to meet other people as well.
How'd you find him?
What, Death Comes Lifting? Yeah,
how'd you find them?
AC commented on one of my powerlifting videos and asked me if I was hip to wear Death Comes Lifting merch, and I didn't know who it was, because I never heard of the brand before, and I looked it up and I said, I'm down. So I followed him and started buying his stuff, and I was like his first international buyer.
We need to get you a
pic. I was like spreading. I guess I was just spreading the word out about his clothing brand, and then I think he had, after a while, I think he had maybe one person from Melbourne buying his gear.
I got a question though. They were probably your first podcast, but wasn't one of your early podcast appearances when you randomly appeared on Ryan Roxie used to do that Roxy Rewind? Didn't you do an episode of that?
No.
Oh, that was one of an earlier Pink Sock appearance that wasn't Pink Sock.
Yeah.
Was I was on Roxy Rewind promoting the podcast, and I would like to do that again. Show up on.
I remember that. Shows. That was cool. Like those little segments that he used to do were cool, and like the was it the catch up thing? Yeah.
What was funny is that Roxy Rewind thing. He was talking about Taco Bell because he knows I love fucking Taco Bell. He popped up the 7-layer burrito. He's like, that's my favorite. And I'm like, the 7-layer burrito is one of the few burritos on the Taco Bell menu that comes out the way it looks. But I would love to do that. We need to invade Death Comes Lifting.
Yeah. I might be on his podcast.
But Gorak, I have another movie for us to watch. Since we are doing reviews, can I pick the next 2 movies we're going to review?
Yeah. Right, didn't you pick Grandma's Boy?
I picked Grandma's Boy for this week. We're going to be reviewing Grandma's Boy for this week. Next week, we are going to be reviewing Little Nicky.
Oh, yeah. Another great movie.
Another great Adam Sandler film. And what's weird about Grandma's Boy, and I've said this all week, I know people are getting tired of it, it is one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies, if not my favorite, and he's not even in it.
Yeah.
And I love Adam Sandler, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely his writing style.
Adam Sandler went really mainstream with his movies now. Like, they're not really comedic anymore.
I haven't watched much of his recent stuff since he went to Netflix.
Yeah. His last movie was called Hustle. It's just about, and he was looking for, I think it's like a basketball movie. Like, he was looking for like a new player to join his team in the NBA in Philadelphia. So he was like sort of like a player scouter.
I got a question. Since he's doing these serious roles, shouldn't we get an Adam Sandler horror movie?
That'd be weird. Jim
Carrey did it.
Yeah, I know, but that worked for him. I don't know how it would work for Adam Sandler. Did Adam Sandler do like a movie that he played like as like a detective or something?
I'm more than likely. Adam Sandler's played a lot of different things. Back in the day, it was like Adam Sandler did like tons of movies and shit, and they're all great. But the thing is I think the reason why, and don't come at me, Adam Sandler fans, I'm a fan too. I think the reason why his movies, they're good, people still love them, but the reason why they're not as popular as they once was.
I always think like the early 90s were like his best ones.
2000s too. Like early 2000s up till 2010.
Yeah.
I think the reasoning why his movies aren't as commercialized or as popular as they once was, they're good movies. I think the reason why is because what made them so good and made them so beloved is because Adam Sandler kept loyal to his cast members.
Yeah.
If you look, all of his early movies up till 2000s and stuff had the same cast.
So pretty much like a Rob Zombie film.
Yeah, because he always had, you know, Adam Sandler, of course. You have Peter Dante, you have Rob Schneider, David Spade, like all those guys were in his movies. And Adam Sandler not only releases his own movies with himself in it, but he also releases movies with other people. And like, I think the last movie he did with the all-star cast was maybe Wrong Missy.
Okay.
And that Adam Sandler wasn't even in that. Hold on, sorry. My fucking phone is blowing up, man.
Famous.
Hashtag famous. No, it's not blowing up, people talking to me. My phone's pretty dead when it comes to that regard.
But for other things, it's different.
Yeah, like emails are blowing up and like people are reacting to my stories and stuff, but like conversational wise, I don't get blown up a whole lot. That's going to change, but not really. I don't know like what I prefer though. Do you prefer having nobody messaging you all day or nobody calling you all day, or do you prefer people messaging you all day? Do you prefer people calling you all day? Do you prefer being busy phone wise, or do you prefer nothing?
Bit of both. I don't really ring people unless if it's like a missed urgent call or something, like my parents. But
a lot of people are like that because
I'm 90% of the time it's texting.
Well, if you look at my phone log, dude, I do texting and shit, like Snapchat, all that fun shit, which I might be leaving Snapchat. But the only people that really call me anymore, and like nothing bad against it, I don't mind it. I prefer, like, there's only certain people that I really want to call me anyway. But it's mostly these fucking telemarketers. And I don't know if you've had these before, but they'll call you asking you to donate money and shit. And like, I'm a nice guy sometimes. I try to give. I really want to give. So I gave like some money to this police department that was needing money. And I was broke, but I'm like, I'll just donate. It wasn't a police department, it was fire department. Sorry. I donated the money and they've been hounding me. I got the police department calling me. I got all these people calling me. And I'm like, listen, I love the cause, but I've told you guys multiple times to please, for the love of God, stop blowing up my phone. I was
Yeah.
getting, I was getting 10 calls before noon. I had to
Yeah.
block them all, and they're still calling from different numbers.
My,
Like they're like the crazy ex that won't get over you.
that's true. Yeah, sometimes I get spam callers as well and
Like,
stuff like that.
like, oh
Like,
my god.
it's annoying. That's why my phone when I got my new phone last year, I set it up to like block automatic, block automatically for spams
Yeah.
for like unwanted calls and shit, and it will just block them automatically.
So I heard something the other day though, bro, that didn't make sense, but it does. Like it's hard to explain why it makes sense. Are you ready for this? Abe,
Yeah,
you know root beer,
go
the
for
taste
it.
of you know the taste of root beer? Why does root beer taste like Abraham Lincoln looks?
I never tasted root beer. Explain what
Oh,
root beer is. Is it kind of like ginger beer or something, or?
root beer. Let me tell you what root beer is. It is beer. No, I don't. I'm looking it up right now because I know it's made of some kind of. It consists of sugar, yeast, water, and flavorings of choice. Traditional root beer has sassafras in it.
Yeah.
It's basically sassafras, burdock root, dark brown sugar, licorice. Like it's got a bunch of shit in it, and it's really fucking good. You guys don't have root beer in Australia?
I'll have a look. Give me a second.
If not, what kind of hellhole you
I
living
love
in?
kombucha, dude.
What?
I love kombucha.
Oh, that's some good ass fucking tea, dude. That's some good ass fucking tea.
Oh, it's more of a soft drink, but it's got no sugar, and it's actually really good for your gut as well.
Do you prefer your kombucha as like the tea, like the fucking tea, or do you prefer the carbonated? Because there is a carbonated version of it.
Yeah, carbonated. The stuff that's been brewed, was it overnight?
Well, no, you can do kombucha tea as just a tea, just normal ass the way it's normally done.
Oh no, I like the actual soft drink kombucha. I never had kombucha tea or whatever. I didn't know there was the tea.
Yep, kombucha tea, you can buy them in tea bags, and you let it steep for
I didn't know
like
that.
15, 20 minutes. Try it. If you want, Gorak, let me know how it is, but you can make homemade. You can make homemade root beer.
We didn't have it here.
Here, dude, I'm gonna send you a root beer recipe.
Yeah.
You make. We need to. Can we do a pink sock cooking channel?
So root beer in Australia is Bundaberg.
Oh, Bundaberg. You guys have a different name for fucking everything.
So Bundaberg is yeah, we do have root beer, but it's under Bundaberg. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
It's Australian root beer.
Australia, man, has a lot of different names for a lot of different things.
I might see if I can find any out of supermarket store.
What you could do, actually, I will do it on this podcast. We should order Bundaberg. I'll order Bundaberg and have it sent to the U.S. And then I'll go buy root beer from the store. You can buy root beer, have it shipped to you from the U.S. You buy Bundaberg from the store, and we can do a taste test and see if there's a difference.
That'd be good.
Like, see if there's a real difference. Hey, Gorak, for the first show of the year, I would like to apologize to everyone right now because we have had technical difficulties. This episode hasn't been awful, but we've had technical difficulties. We've had problems. Thank you all for sticking by with us. But we have better shit coming in the future. We have a lot of great shit. I just need a new laptop.
I just think this whole year is gonna go so quick. I saved the recipe onto my laptop.
All right. But Gorak, we're probably going to keep this episode a little short and sweet because we have reacts. We did fucking 4 episodes last week. So I'm a little worn out.
3. I can't remember. I think I did 3, but I missed out on the pre-recorded.
Yeah, you did 3. I did 4. I'm like, Jesus, I'm ready for bed. But,
Yeah.
but guys, please hit that share, subscribe button. Join us Wednesday. We are going to talk about Grandma's Boy. A fucking damn good movie, and we do have major announcements coming soon. I love you all. Check out Royce in the House. Check out In the Trenches with Ryan Roxie. Check out all the podcasts in the description below. Check out Dabbing with Dads. I'm going to be on there tonight. I love you all, and as always, live long, rock hard.